方様が出るまでもない。この内藤首里がひれつぶお主であれば四天王どころか副将にも惜しいものよ。
この逃げ弾城何度も破れると思うな。
足でも止められぬか。見事なり。 ご騒乱あれ。風林火山が不滅の軍旗。旧国の
Hello people, Angelo here. Welcome to my Raging Dragon's Fist build for New Game Plus in Nioh 3. This build relies on the Cestus, the fist weapon for the samurai, to deal out incredible key damage, incredible burst damage, and also take advantage of confusion. Obviously this is a New Game Plus build due to relying on certain gear that you cannot get until either the final mission of New Game or in New Game Plus, so that pretty much locks it to that point in the game. With that said, let's get right into the gear that we need to even start off with to make this build possible. So first of all, we need the Demon Arm Cestus and the Demon Cutter, along with the Brave Demon Hunter helmet, to get 3 pieces of the first of the 4 Guardians, combined with our accessory that will give us 4 points into it, which allows us to get enhanced attack and defense on Cestus, which gives us incredible burst damage potential. As for our ranged weapon, this is a bit more loose, but I went with Pride of the Crimson Army because it gives us defense bonus based on stamina, which obviously, since we have a lot of points in stamina in the first place, is a great bonus just for having. As for our chest piece, the Kinodro, I cannot pronounce words today, armor set is great since that will give us a 10.1 -% on damage taken while attacking, and I know I said that very funny. In addition, on this armor piece, I would say to add life recovery and resorption, since it gives you a 6 scaling on that, which is obviously better than the general 3 that armor sets would usually give. As for your other armor slots, the God of War looks down is great to have, since that will give you 4 pieces on that, which will give you some defense bonuses along with some damage increase based on armor weight. And considering these are heavy armor pieces outside of the helmet, that obviously will give us a nice little bonus. Onto the waist guards and greaves, I would say to add life recovery and resorption, which will give us the 3 scaling version, because obviously that will allow us to have even more health absorption, since this does apparently stack. As for our accessories, you must get the -1 to bonus requirement, since this will allow you to get all the gear to work together. On the other one, I would recommend having something that increases your ability to put status on the enemy, and to combine that with having the thing that gives you 20% extended elemental weapon duration on your weapon when you use a talisman. Combining those together will give you a increased build up to your status effects, along with having it last longer on your weapon when you buff your weapon. As for your talismans, Power Talisman, Familiar Talisman, Extraction Talisman, and Water Talisman, or just generally an Elemental Talisman to buff your weapon, is what we'll go with. Generally, you will change your Familiars out for what are effective against enemies, because if you have a Water enemy, obviously you want to swap that to a probably Gust or something. If you have a Lightning enemy, you want to change that to Gust instead. So you'll swap either Lightning out or Water out for Gust, depending on which enemy is immune to what. And Power Talisman can be swapped out for generally Sloth, Weakness, Lifesteal if you're fighting a bunch of humans, and I forget the other one, which will probably come back to me at another time, but I forgot right now. Of course, you do need to make sure no matter what you have the Extraction Talisman, since this will give you the ability to absorb Amra on hit, which obviously plays into the life recovery on Amra absorption. So it will allow you to poise through attacks due to your toughness, and regenerate health based on the Amra absorption. Then for our Spirit Guardian, we are going with Gushin, since he has one of the best abilities in the game when it comes to Spirit Guardian, with the 8-handed blade, having a massive key crush potential, along with decent damage, and generally it's a good recovery move if you've been winded and you gained a little stamina back. You can pop back up with it, and it can, at times, if timed correctly, knock enemies out of certain moves, even when they're not doing burst attacks, due to it hitting their weak point, since it does have a wide arcing range. In addition, it also gives you the bonuses of martial arts key consumption -12, damage taken -6, strong attack break plus 18.8, faster winded recovery, and melee damage versus winded enemies plus 12%. As for our soul cores, the only soul core that really matters is the guy I can't pronounce, the Numper Airport. I can't pronounce that. Mainly because the life recovery and resorption 12 scaling, which is the best in the game. In addition, I'd recommend, if you have the blue version, to put Shocker's like accumulation on that for your familiar, or whatever familiar you so choose to use, since that will make it easier to build up the effect, since familiars are a little slower. As for your other one, I went with Demon of Pride purely for saturation build up, and then I also put the status element accumulation onto that for a 2.5 increase. So you could swap this out with something else if you find another like summon you can put into summon slot to give you better bonuses, such as improved durability, like, or even a different elemental effect, so you can inflict confusion, such as one that does fire damage, because then you could get the 2 talisman and familiar effects on the enemy, and then hit your summon to get that 3rd effect, which then would obviously allow you to do massive damage. On to our martial arts, I would say to make sure you have Unbowed, since that decreases your ki consumption when correctly comboing while the enemy is aware. Hold stance will be Kick Cycle Water. After quick attack will be Fist of Reckoning. After strong attack will be Battering Ram. And your 2 others will be Reckless Charge and Spinning Kicks. And generally the combinations I would recommend to use with this are Heavy, Bash, into Full Kick combo is 1 combo, ended with a Spin Kick. That's 1 combo you can do. Or you can go into Heavy, Bash, Kick, Cancel, into Charge, into the Heavy combo again. Or if you have your proficiency ready, or you know you're about to get, you can go into this Heavy, into, and then get the full proficiency Fist combo, or you might even just cancel early so you can regain a bit of stamina to go into the Fist combo, since this will be your primary source of massive burst damage once you are about to key break them or have key broken them. Obviously, you can cancel out of any combo at any time by using your Guardian Spirit to get a nice burst right there, which is very reliable as well. Now, on to stats. We will also, side note, before we go into stats, make sure to get your title stuff, because titles can give you great stuff like martial arts key damage, decreasing key cost when guarding, or, you know, something a bit more effective with this, melee attack consumption. Yeah, that's just pretty good to have. Make sure to do your titles and set them all correctly. And now let's move on to status. And our stats are going to be 20 constitution, 40 heart, 50 stamina, 40 strength, 6 skill, 30 intellect, and 17 magic. And also, even though it likely is a bug, I would recommend getting the Todo clan because of the massive life bonus it gives you when equipped into your blessings. And yes, this is likely a glitch that will be patched, so it will be nerfed, but even so, it's still just a good thing to have. If you manage to Elder it, and you've got that fully upgraded, you could then switch to a clan that either gives you damage reduction or life recovery on ammo absorption to add on extra power on top of that. As for our abilities, for Samurai we'll have Oppressive Strength, Deflection Expert, Unshakable, Invigorating Arts, Roaring Dragon Deflect, and Resilient Arts. As for our common skills, we have Mysteries of Onryo Magic, Mysteries of Summoning, Enduring Destruction, Key Sapping Follow-Up, Amplification, and Awakening. And Awakening is practically required to make this build work, considering how costly and how long Onryo Magic is, and that's also why we have Mysteries of Onryo Magic, Mysteries of Summoning, and Amplification. This all boosts up our ability to use Onryo Magic. It's also why we put some points into our magic stat to increase duration further. All of this added together will obviously make it so that we get massive bonuses in terms of our duration and power of our abilities. With that said, that is the build straight up, so I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got some good information out of it for your own fist-wielding builds with the Samurai. I will see you around. I hope you have a lovely day, and peace out. Peace.